Hey everybody, it's old folks here. So obviously Halley got a little rework. A lot of people have had different opinions on her, thoughts on her. We'll take a look at her skills, then we'll go do a little fun with her. Basically, this is kind of the same thing we're familiar with. It's going to do multi-hit magical damage, hits multiple people, throws out a ton of those soul scythes. During this time, for the 6 seconds, her hit points cannot be taken out. When it ends, she's going to regen 25% of the damage dealt, up to a max of 50% of her health. So if she does 100,000 damage, she's going to regenerate 25,000 hit points. Obviously, if she's halfway there, then she's going to be able to regenerate all. But let's say she did, I'm just going to throw out a number here, 300,000. That'd be 150,000 or 75,000 hit points. But obviously, that would be more than 50% of her max hit points, so she could not regenerate all of that. She would take whatever the max of that is. Soul Strike, basically, she deals magic to a single enemy, and it does some AE damage. Remember, it's changed it for how that works now. This Reap of Faith is where she's pulling forward. She deals magic damage, and she jumps back, and she doesn't take any damage during this. It pulls an enemy to her, so now who it hits is sometimes kind of sketchy. I've watched a few. It's really kind of one of those things. Sometimes you get a midliner, sometimes you get the tank. It just it depends on positioning, and it's kind of hokey, but we're going to get to that in a minute. And then finally her scythes. Each time she's using a skill, they're doing damage, and I'm going to show you a video where they are everywhere. So I'm not going to complain about her. I like her. With her, I'm running the book here, Force book. Now some people say this is a good thing. Some people say it's a bad thing. I'm playing with it. I kind of like it. Normally, I would run the Game of Arrows, so she's packing extra damage. I'm doing it more for the stun. It's dealing damage and stunning them. You look here, it's only 4,000 damage. It's nothing huge compared to if I picked here, it's 2,600 every time she casts a skill and then she attacks. But I like the stun because that stun early on can really help set the stage for, some extra stuff. So let's just jump straight here to the arena. You'll notice I've been fought. Oh my gosh, it's hilarious. Finally beat me. I wish I could show you all these, but I can't. So we're gonna watch some of these videos. This is a team I'm currently fooling around with. I'm probably gonna drop Sue and put in Coco just to kind of watch it. But this is kind of that dive team. It's gonna push back his guy. I'm going to come in here. Obviously, he's got a guy in the back. My Sue gets dropped super quick. But Halley's doing all her damage in there in the middle. Of course, they get the Resurrect off. Vortex gets the stun off. Here she is. She's going to throw down that stun. But what happens? Halley blows off her ultimate. All these scythes are floating around. Now, don't forget, these, every time they hit, are damaged. So, she didn't get a ton of life back, but she did do damage, stayed alive, and kind of went from there. So, she is regenerating health, and she almost got her ult off again. So, it's kind of one of those things where it stuck around a lot. He ran a lot of different team compositions, finally got me up here. So, I do like her. I think she is really good. I think, again, you can play with some of her setups. I was looking here. We're going to see here. He's running that. We're going to challenge. I want to say, I like Sue because it pushes back the single tank, which really kind of helps bunch him up, get the stun when she jumps in. Again, that damage stun. And kind of sets everything up. I like all the tanks that jump into the back line. Again, I might switch out Coco. So we're just kind of playing with it. So, we'll do that for fun too. Play with it, see what you like, what you don't like. A lot of options. It's great, especially against some of those. I've been playing with it, those teams that are running Lucifer, because you drop all that damage right there in the midline. You got to drop him, and that's kind of the main piece to that. So let's see. I haven't tested this out. So Coco drops his damage. He should get a silence off real early. So there it is. That silence is what's going to really hurt me. See, because I didn't push back the tank. The tank's right there. And then, this is not going to work because they're all going to die. He's going to do that. Comes this. Comes that. Comes the res. Comes that. Comes the silence. Goes there. Goes that. Like I said, you know, that's why I have to do the knockback. Pulled it off. I have to pull it off. It's always great when I don't expect to win and I do. I gotta love the vortex. So, you know, there's a lot of things you can do there, but I really like Halley. I think it's been kind of nice for her as far as keeping her alive. Again, you know, play with the team, see what you like. The truth is, though, you know, you're still kind of in that Lucifer meta. Again, once they bring out the new legendary, it's going to be kind of interesting. But we'll kind of go from there. So let me know your thoughts on Halley if you've tested her. You know, I really haven't started her up outside of where she's at right now. I'll go to my mages. In fact, she's only 90. I need to raise her up to 91 because I'm slacking. But I know a few guys that have her gold star, and they're like, man, she's just been doing really good. So if I keep her alive, if somebody doesn't ban her in the BSO ladder, I win fights so much easier because I can kind of control it. So yeah, I do enjoy her. But let me know your thoughts. I hope this helps you if you're kind of wondering about Halley, and I'll talk to you all later. Don't forget, she is now in the Soulstone Wishing Well. They've changed it all up. If you're VIP 8, every 5 days instead of 7 days. So that's also another way people are getting her. So talk to y'all later. Have a great one.